How to apply for provincial nominee programs in Canada. If you are interested in immigrating to Canada, you may benefit from the provincial nominee programs in Canada. The Government of Canada has an agreement with most of the Canadian provinces and territories, with the exception of Quebec and Nunavut, allowing each province or territory to nominate immigrants interested in residing in the respective province or territory. If you would like to immigrate as a provincial nominee, first you would apply to the province or territory in which you are interested in settling, and complete its nomination process. The province's immigration needs and your desire to settle there will influence their decision. You should have the skills, education, and work experience that will make an immediate economic contribution to whichever province or territory you apply. Once you have been nominated, you should send a separate application to Citizenship and Immigration Canada for permanent residence. You would then have to fulfill the Canadian immigration regulations, such as passing a medical examination and security and criminal checks. You also need to prove that you can support yourself and your dependents financially while in Canada. How to apply. The following 8 steps will walk you through the application process. Firstly, you need to acquire a certificate of provincial nomination. Each province or territory has its own nomination procedures, so visit your selected province or territory's website. If you become nominated, the province or territory will send a certificate of provincial nomination to both you and to the visa office, so you will not need to submit a copy with your application. Next, you need to acquire the application package for one of the provincial nominee programs in Canada. The forms and a guide to the application can be found at www.canadianimmigration.co. You then need to fill out the application. Complete the forms on your computer if you wish, or print them to fill them in with the typewriter or by hand. You must use black ink and print legibly. The forms cannot be saved on the computer, so be sure to print them when you complete them on the computer. Carefully answer the questions and be honest and detailed. If there is missing information, the application will not be processed and will be returned. The following forms must be completed: application for permanent residence in Canada, Schedule 1 background/declaration, Schedule 4 economic classes, provincial nominees, additional family information, and use of a representative, if you choose to have assistance from a representative when applying. Step 4 is to figure out where you must send your application. Your application must be sent to the visa office responsible for your country or nationality, or where you have been legally admitted for at least 1 year. The procedures for applications for provincial nominee programs in Canada vary between visa offices, so visit their website to find out what you need. Step 5 is to acquire instructions for your local visa office. You can also visit www.canadianimmigration.co for more information and appropriate instructions that will inform you of aspects of the process, like medical examinations and criminal and security checks. Step 6 is to determine your fees. You'll have to pay the processing fee for you and your dependents, even if your application is denied. The fee is non-refundable. The right of permanent residence fee for you and your accompanying spouse or common law partner if it applies. It would be paid after your application is processed, but before Citizenship and Immigration Canada can issue your permanent residence visa. If you do not use your visa, or if your application is denied or cancelled, this fee is refundable. You will also need to pay for your medical examination, language testing if required, and police certificate if required. Step 7 is to go over your application. The visa office will not process your application, causing a delay if you leave out any information or documentation. Be sure to include the fees and sign where applicable as well. The last step is to send in your application. Mail your application along with your fees to your local Canadian visa office. There is more than simply knowing how to apply for the provincial nominee programs in Canada. You might need help with the application itself. Remember, the application processing fee is non-refundable, so the application needs to be right the first time. There are lots of details you must make sure to include, and if information is incomplete or incorrect, the application will be denied and returned to you. Enlist the help of someone who can take you through the steps and help you complete the forms properly. An experienced immigration lawyer offers this valuable service. If you need help with your immigration application, head over to www.canadianimmigration.co and get a professional immigration lawyer to help you.